is yet another week. We are at the 11th of April, and everything seems to be fired up. It seems like Trump has straightened out the situation in the Strait of Hormuz. And when the economy is going to come into Jassara law, I don't know. We're also, I mean, personally, we're kind of reaching a dead end up here, and we're realizing that we might just have to make other plans. So that's on was this Friday? Was it yesterday that we shot
Which one?
the rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday we had, it's interesting. The Baal Shem Tov says you can learn from all your experiences, that nothing happens in your life if it's not a direct message to you from God. Hey, Devi, I'm sorry, David Odam. Okay, good to see you. But that nothing really happens without there being a lesson in it for you, a personal message to you from hey, the storm is upon us. You think? I guess so. I mean, I know the storm is upon me, so I'm kind of backed into a corner. But yes, interesting that yesterday. Hey, Starfire. Yesterday, I woke up and I saw a rattlesnake inside the house, inside our enclave. We have the RV, and then we built a fortress, a little wall around our thing. You go, yeah, man. So I saw a rattlesnake, not a huge rattlesnake, but a big enough rattlesnake, probably 2 feet long. It's the kind of thin, but there was a rattlesnake coiled up, just sleeping there and sleeping on our. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm going through like transition, because I am not having any. I'm not having any success with my land. I'm practically, offered to give away my land. I had a person who offered to help me out, and then she changed her mind at the last minute. She says no, it's Jassara. You'll be okay. Jassara will. You'll be okay. You don't have to worry. So she, I almost had the payment for the last payment, but and whatever, it just didn't work out. But anyway, so I saw this rattlesnake, and I thought to myself, such a pretty snake. I mean, why would I want to hurt it? It's just, it's just a rattlesnake. Maybe I can figure out a way to get it out of the house. So I started doing other things. I forget what I was doing yesterday, but we started doing other things, and I came back, and it wasn't in the same place. But I figured that the rattlesnake had gone under. I had made this sort of cardboard wall for the winter to keep the wind off from the southern exposure. And I realized that the snake was probably under the cardboard somewhere. So I started pulling off all the cardboard, and this was a couple hours later. So I went through the whole thought process, and this is, I think, kind of an instructive lesson. Oh yeah, thanks, baby. For me, for sure, that I went through. I went through thinking about it, and I thought to myself, well, I called my neighbor Roger, and Roger said, he said, yeah, I sent him a picture. He says, yeah, that's a rattlesnake. It's poisonous, because you could tell by the triangular head. And he said that he doesn't like to have them around. We have another neighbor, Joe, who has, I called them pets, but Roger said, no, they're not pets. They just respect each other. So like Joe is able to live with his rattlesnakes. But Roger said Joe is very careful with the rattlesnakes, not to spook them. He's very careful. Anyway, so I thought to myself, okay, am I on that kind of level where I can have a relationship with the snake and just be okay with it? And I thought to myself, if I don't find it, it's somewhere loose in the house. The house isn't that big, but one day I'm going to find him or her. So I thought to myself, I guess if I see it again, I will have to take care of it. I didn't want to. I like snakes. I don't really, snakes don't bother me. I don't really mind rattlesnakes. But anyway, I started taking the cardboard off, and lo and behold, the snake was underneath the cardboard where I sort of expected it to be. And I had gotten out I have a 22 that has a snake shot in it. So I had already gotten out my 22, and when I saw the snake, I said, Danielle, I think we're gonna have to like just take care of this in the more traditional way. We can. I don't think we can just let him run around the house. So, yeah, lo and behold, we took care of it, and I felt, I felt okay. I wasn't happy about killing a snake, but I realized that sometimes you have to take decisive action. Sometimes you just can't wait. Sometimes it's best to do something. Like, what if the snake had gotten that I didn't find him after removing the cardboard? What if he was under the RV somewhere? Or what if he was? I mean, I've seen snakes get on roofs and this kind of thing. So yeah, sometimes you have to do with it. You have to take care of things, and so too with my thing up here. We're trying everything we can. We're offering people. We're trying to sell 40 acres, 80 acres. It doesn't matter. Nobody seems, at this point, and we're kind of running out of time. So I'm like fit to be tied. I've tried, called everyone I can do. No one seems to want to make a deal. Although, I just want to tell the story because I think this is instructive in a sense that the woman who offered to pay for it wanted to just give me money up front, and that was it. She just didn't want anything, and I hesitated. I didn't feel comfortable, and I said, "Well, can I at least?" Give you 40 acres as like save you 40 acres and then I thought to myself, well, really what I'd like to do is have somebody save the financial situation and perhaps and move on. She didn't want to move on to the land, but move on to the land, and we could start maybe we could start like a little community up here. We could, like they do at Acadia Farms, they have like a house for where somebody prepares the food for everyone, and you could kind of have a shared situation. But she wasn't interested in that, and she decided. She said, you'll probably be saved by Jasara Nasara, so I don't feel comfortable with the money. And I'm like, okay, I didn't feel comfortable taking money who doesn't feel comfortable. So I just said, okay, maybe this is just not meant to be. So I've come to the conclusion that just in the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes after trying everything, I mean, we love this place. We've put a lot of work and a lot of money into it, but heck, if we can't come up with really like 40 grand to pay off the last payment, then it's gone. So I'm just thinking to myself, kind of like the rattlesnake, sometimes you just have to let it go and just do something, take some kind of action. So anyway, so that's it. So I have a few more avenues to bark up to, but I've already like just kind of said, well, this must be divine, that the divine doesn't want us to be here now. Maybe later, maybe I don't feel comfortable selling my XRP right now. So maybe later XRP will go up and we'll return to some kind of situation like this, because it was really nice, and we had a terrific time up here. Hopefully something will happen last minute, but if it doesn't, I have till May 4th, and then we'll move on. We'll just say goodbye. I mean, it's just, if we can't do it, we can't do it. Maybe Jasara, maybe XRP will go to the moon, but I've been waiting for that for a long time. Anyway, so I think we're in a place of transformation of attitudes, that we're being forced out of our comfort zone. And as much as I would do anything, I just can't get a loan. No one will give me a loan, even though my credit score is going up, apparently. I mean, I have all this collateral. I have 170 acres. And the matrix, it doesn't, nothing makes sense. So hopefully XRP will go to the moon, or Jasara, or whatever will happen. But in the meantime, we're just we'll just have to just see what happens. Okay, so anyway, so that's it. But the lesson is, if you see a rattlesnake, it's probably a sign that you should make sure it doesn't it unless you're on the level of Joe, you're Mighty Joe Mighty Joe C. I'm sorry, Mighty Joe C, where you can incorporate the rattlesnake energy into your existence. Um, you just have to do what's necessary by the rules of nature, or by hashgacha pratis, by the divine. Pesach is over. I think Easter's over. There was going to be a big, Trump is making signs like it's over. The Strait of Hormuz, Iran has been nullified. They're talking about Iraq has a new leadership now. So things could go very differently, but I've surrendered to any possibility. Any outcome is okay with me. I just have to learn to accept that, even though this is what I want, but it's not necessarily what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have to be okay with that. I'm not the first person in the world, I'm sure, to lose their house. So it's not the end of the world. But it seems like that President Trump is making a lot of moves that are very big moves. And I don't know when the end is coming. This nice woman who was going to give me this money, she feels it's coming soon, so that I shouldn't worry. So I decided I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to let it go, and we'll just see where it lands. Good to know. I wish you had. I wish I had. Yeah, I know. Nobody has money to give. Everyone's poor right now. So it's just. I took a big gamble. I thought, I could live this life, and it'll work out. Jasara will come. The dinar will, and it still could. It's still a couple weeks, but this is a time of transformation, and I have to go wherever I'm sent. Um, Easter was last week, right? About 15 miles southeast of Kingman, Arizona. Nice. Um, yeah, I have collateral. I have really 170 acres that I could use as collateral, but nobody wants to. All I need is 40 grand. So nobody seems to want to, or I could sell 40 acres or 80 acres, but it would have to happen really fast, because I only have a couple weeks left. But the thing is that I don't want to just sell the land to somebody. Well, I don't mind selling the land to somebody who's going to sit on it. But if you're going to live here, I'd want to feel like we could at least have the possibility to build something greater, to really to make this into a place of freedom and of that kind of thing. Really make it a 5-dimensional farm. And if there are people, if there is somebody out there that happens to have, silver went up, so people probably have money, but it's just we've been so conditioned to not having money that I understand. It's it is what it is. Anyway, I believe life isn't forever, sure, right? We lost everything, worked for several times, and now my health has got me knocked down on the ground. I don't know when I get back up. Yeah, it's not fair, but I think I've always really believed in it. It's just go with it, just go with the flow, because it's not punishment, it's not a bad thing. It's just okay. It's a learning experience, and we have other things we could focus on for a while. So it is a big time drain. So maybe we should be doing other things. Sorry, and debt forgiveness, right? That's what everyone says, but that's easy to say when you're not in the fire. You're not under the gun. I got 2 weeks. So yes, I think Jassar is coming too. I think there's going to be a 120-day election before it happens. I think all debts are going to be forgiven, but I'll have to, I'll do it somewhere else. That's all. At any rate, we will continue broadcasting no matter what. That's something that I will do. I don't want to go too into this because it still could happen that something could change, but I'm just saying that it doesn't look so good. So, but and I want to be okay with that because it is what it is. We may end up going somewhere else and finding everything is much better. Um, I had become medically retired in 2020. It's been tough, but we're making it. Yeah, it's not collateral if it's not paid for. Is it tomorrow or Resurrection Day on the Julian? It would be paid for if I had $40,000 to pay off the debt, then the person who gave me the $40,000 or more or whatever would they would own. I would be the owner of the land, and then they could have the 40 acres, the 80 acres. But everything is so tied up in matrix language and matrix rules and matrix fears that nothing can go. Man to man. In the old days, I was watching Lincoln Vampire Hunter with Daniela last night, and in the old days, I guess you would just make a deal with somebody. You wouldn't before the corporation took over with all the little mighty rules and this you can't do this. So people are conditioned to whether or not it's really active now. It isn't. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, and it's. I took a gamble. I took the gamble was that the XRP was going to go up, or the dinars, or the dongs, or that something would go up to significantly. I took the choice to sell my silver, and now I have to deal with it. So, but it's just I'm very lucky to have such a wonderful partner and to have my channel. I really enjoy broadcasting, and it's not easy to live up here. I happen to like it, but I could like any kind of life, and if I have to get moved on, I will just move on. Okay, so I don't, I mean, news-wise, it just seems like it's all happened. The victory lap is going on. Well, let's go to some of the posts and see for ourselves. I'll start with my feed. Okay, not that one, not that one. Let's go to this one. Okay. Okay, so this is about the bells, of course. That's an interesting post. Let me see if I should be able to. I can't manipulate this. Doesn't seem like it's. All right, let's try that again. Let me try it up here. Okay. Oh, exit out. Okay, there. Now we can. Let's go. Let's go all the way up. I'm going to go all the way up, not on my feed, but on the general feed, to give you a feeling of what it seems like that's going on right now. Okay, so Elon, let me just enlarge this a bit. When SpaceX was getting started, the first and last men to walk on the moon testified before Congress against it. Gene Chernin told Congress commercial space companies do not yet know what they don't know. Okay, interesting. We periodically see, I think, the SpaceX rockets kind of bouncing off the firmament out here. Okay, so breaking. The U.S. did not reach an agreement with Iran. J.D. Vance says, bad news for Iran. They've chosen not to accept our terms. We've been at it for 21 hours. We've had substantive discussions, and news is we have not reached an agreement. Okay, so that's bad news for. Let's see the whole feed. let's see the show more on this one. That's bad news for Iran, much more than bad news for the United States. Yeah. Okay. So they didn't reach an agreement. However, I read earlier that U.S. Ships were cruising through the Strait of Hormuz without fear. So I don't know what's going on, and I don't really. I still think it's all a movie. But let's go back to the new thought posts that have come out. Can I do that? Can I refresh? No. Okay. So I'm gonna okay. Let me refresh it before we start because I want to get the latest of the greatest. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, then we can. Q said Hollywood was going to die. Harley Davidson. What is it? This is one of those crazy dudes. I'm not sure I even want to watch this. Oh, this is Santa Trump. Let's see. Uh, okay, I'm going to skip that. Let's go back to here. I'm sorry, I'm fumbling a bit today. Here we go. Okay. All right. So I don't know what this post is. Look to the 14th of April. This is yet another date that we're looking at. Look to the 14th of April. Is this Kim Clements? I don't know who it is, but he seems to be raving a bit. Okay. He has a point. Research Jasara, Research Earth Alliance, world's most powerful reset. So it could be imminent. I mean, that was the risk I took, and it could be happening right away. Makes you wonder, right? But we don't know. Such a great endeavor. This is a 70-year-old woman spent 150 of her retirement savings to build a tiny home village in Texas so older women can live affordably and not age alone. Nice thing. I wish we could do something like that here, but it's not about one of us, it's all of us. That's an interesting post. Military was the only way worldwide. We know that. Hidden fuel since 1937. Hemp, they're talking about hemp. This Susan Kokinda is just great. She's saying this is about blue. Yeah. Okay. So let's play a little bit of this. I think her introductions are really good. Let's go here. Let's go. Okay. So this is Marco Rubio. Let's see what.
Of the American economy was deliberate.
Deindustrialization was not inevitable. It was a conscious policy choice, a decades-long economic undertaking that stripped our nations of their wealth, of their productive capacity, and of their independence.
He's right. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't market forces. It was a plan written down 50 years ago, and today we're going to give you the receipts. Now, you've seen the reports about the U.S.-European face-off at Munich, how the globalists marched a lineup of failing European leaders and American has-beens and wannabes onto the stage to challenge President Trump. But even the pro-MAGA coverage of Marco Rubio's powerful speech missed the bombshell that the deindustrialization was deliberate. Now, we didn't miss it because we were there in 1977 when the Council on Foreign Relations announced their plan to do it, when they called for, quote, the controlled disintegration of the world economy, unquote. I'm Susan Kokinda, and I was part of the team that exposed that report 50 years ago. So when I heard these words come out of Marco Rubio's mouth, I knew that what we were seeing is the most significant challenge to British imperial policy in modern American history. Now, if this is a fight you want to follow, please hit those like.
Okay, so I think she's very good. I mean, I enjoy her take on it because it's the British Empire, but it's the same creepazoids, it's the parasites, it's the reptilians, it's the vampires that have taken control of our fate, and they've they've gummed up the works with all these regulations so that you can't just operate as a sovereign person. And that's what we're facing now. Is everything about to turn the other way? I think so. If you look at Ireland, if you look at France, those countries are rising up. England as well. Will that happen in the United States? Will we rise up? I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's go back to the thought stream for a couple of minutes and just see what else is. So we saw that. I'm not, I obviously I can't keep up, but deep state reckoning. All right, this is from the boss, right? They're not coming after me, they're coming after you. I just happen to be in the way, and I will never be moved. Never give up, fight, fight, fight. Deep state reckoning. Okay, in reality, yeah, we this is an old post. Did NASA astronauts drop the ball and expose NASA's fake International Space Program? Very well could have. As the global elite network, the old guard is visible in an invisible state of panic. This is Trump. When I hit this, you'll see a brave new world. Right. The reset has to come down, and I believe it's coming soon. No wonder they asked for another day. Yeah. Look at the 14th. Look to the 14th, Taco Tuesday, the 14th of April. Okay, this is May 4th, 2014. Look to the 14th of April. President Trump just said live during a meeting, the existing financial system has reached its limits. A crypto-given era is coming next. Giga bullish for markets. Ring the bells. Yeah, let's ring the bells. The plan decades in the making. At the 2017 inauguration, the commander-in-chief gave us a huge clue about the plan, faith-filled, not fear-filled. Where we go one, we go all. Coming soon, yeah. Artemis, I think that's a rabbit holes, yeah, rabbit holes. Anon, right, running down rabbit holes. Horrific. So the Irish government is attacking the protesters. They're dragging farmers from their tractors and stomping on them like animals. The government is beating the Irishmen, but continues to roll out the red carpet for the illegal immigrants. This is really a precipice. Deep state Rothschild banking empire falls. Banks close. We'll see what happens. Judging the judges, the only remedy for injustice. Ready to rock regardless. CIA officers work as scientists, support staff, engineers, economists, linguists, mathematicians, secretaries, accountants, investors, cartographers, architects, psychologists, police officers, editors, graphic designers, auto mechanics, historians, museum curators, and more. I think about this CIA tweet a lot. Yeah, they're everywhere, the bad guys, but I believe they're being taken down. Executive order, tomorrow is April 11th. We'll see. 1960s, oil gone in 10 years. 1970s, another ice age. Yeah, these are all the Mila Joy. I've been living through climate for 60 years, right? 80s, acid rain will destroy all crops in 10 years. 1990s, the ozone layer will be gone in 10 years. 2000, ice caps will be gone in 10. None of it happened, but they just made more tapes. Big week ahead. The storm is upon us. Be ready. When the moment arrives, we are ready to go. Together, we will drain the swamp. The war is real. Pick a lane. We will take our freedom back. The Q awakening. Okay, so that's a beautiful post. Let's hope. Watch a massive warehouse fire in Bakersfield, California, send smoke billowing into the sky. Massive warehouse fire in Bakersfield. Okay. I am stronger. He took it away from them. I love Brian Case's post. After they spent 100 years extorting, rationing, taxing, controlling, and suppressing the world's energy supply for their own vile ends, they're not getting it back. So President Trump really took the whole oil thing away from them. Breaking, multiple people have been shot at Chicopee in New Jersey, another false flag. We are about to be bank exchange. Welcome to decentralized news everywhere. Okay, by the XRP ledger. Susan Kokind again. Trump named them the real foreign interest. Checkmate. Happening now after calling for a ceasefire in Ukraine, Vladimir Putin attends the Orthodox Easter service in Moscow. During the service, he joins in the traditional exchange, responding with, "Truly, he is risen," to the clergy chant of, he is risen. Okay, nice. Zane Hensberger, space about the space thing. Breaking, U.S. did not reach an agreement with Iran. Millionaires will be printed this year with the Clarity Act got signed by President Trump. Are you ready? I'm going to make this as clear as I can, but no one can twist my words. The Illuminati, cabal, elite globalists, and deep state are the same thing. They control governments and manipulate every aspect of life to implement their plan for a one world government and one world. XRP, $1,000 call. Please be honest. Okay, 1,000 by 2023. Bigger than we can imagine. Welcome to the Q age, the Great Awakening. We aren't being governed. We're being looted. That's a great post. I honestly thought this map was made up. Hundreds of super tankers, the kind that carry 2 million barrels each, are currently racing towards the U.S. Gulf Coast from every direction: Atlantic, Indian Ocean, around Africa, the scenic route, and we are heading to Saudi Arabia, but they're all coming to the U.S. to get oil. That is, I mean, that's the bottom line to all of this, is that we have won. Life isn't testing you, it's training you to hold your frequency no matter what's in front of you. And that's a good post for me. Oversoul school. Why life feels like a test when you're stepping into more. Challenging. Okay, so the challenges are good. They make you stronger. Serious B, a warning. Never wake what should sleep. Always be careful of who you anger. Some people are not what they seem. Okay. Irish Patriot, the storm is upon us. NASA, Artemis 2 cruise. I mean, what a joke, right? The U.S. just deployed a weapon that was supposed to stay classified. No bullets, no bombs, total destruction. Interesting. This is what I say when I mean I want to live a luxurious life. Okay, this is Michael Jaco is saying, wake up about Sharia law and all this other stuff. Why did Tolkien call death a gift? In the Silmarillion, he writes, death is an exclusive gift given to mankind by God. All other creatures envy this gift, including the immortal elves. Mankind alone, through death, is granted union with the divine. Tolkien's point, I'm not going to go into this one, but I am a big Tolkien fan, but not to spoil the ending, but you can stop worrying God. Okay, that's a good one for me. White hats are flooding underground bases. That is huge. A moment in time. Starlink is alien level technology. Okay. And I think we're getting a feel for this. I think that President Trump has really fooled the world and the deep state. The deep state. We're really still talking about the deep state. It's not Iran, but the deep state has been fooled, and they are, while they are messing around with oil, everyone's coming to, it's like he was kind of like, look over here, not over here. While everyone's looking over here at the Strait of Hormuz, and gas prices have been going up through the roof. We paid a lot of money the other day for a truck full of gas. at the same time, he's rigged the whole thing so that America is now the number one supplier of gas and oil. Apparently, our gas is much sweeter in some ways. It's easier to process. It's an amazing world. So I think we've really come full circle. Will you get your equity out? No, I won't get my equity out. I just have to walk away. That's the way, listen, that's the way the deal is. No fear. Be like Nachshon. Just keep going forward. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's the bottom line. I have no choice. I'm just, I still have a couple weeks, and who knows what could happen in a couple weeks. I'm not giving up, but I am, at the same time, I'm thinking with my partner that if we have to walk, we'll walk. I worked in the foreclosure in the past and auctions for 20. You must get your money back that you invested or sell it for. It is sell for 25K. You will be responsible for. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Whatever. It's the Matrix. Yeah, I know. I know you guys wish you could help. Being mobile has its advantages. Yeah, glad you got it. Yeah, I don't think I would take the RV. We've lived in here for. Yeah, we'll just leave everything and move on. That's all. So, but hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully something. I mean, I love my garden. I love my well. I love everything about living up here. It was a big gamble. I mean, we're not like, to buy a piece of land like that because we couldn't afford a house. So we figured we'd buy a land. We've made it work for us. We have half of a house built, but, and I'm still going to enjoy it till the last day. I'm going to continue building. And if I have to walk away, I'll walk away. That's all. I'm not, if somebody could help us, or everything could, who knows? The dinar could go to the moon tomorrow, and then we'll get to keep the farm. But otherwise, I just have to. I can't lose any more sleep over it. It's just I just have to let things go and let go and let God. Okay, so yeah, let's see what else comments we have. I missed the first 8 minutes. Did Kelby help you? Kelby did not help us. He's going to call me on Monday, but he was not. I don't know. I mean, if he can make us into a foundation in 2 weeks so that they can't foreclose on us, I don't know. I'm going to speak to him on Monday, but it's possible that he can help us. I don't know. So far, it hasn't been help. I'm in a very rural area. Diesel is cheap. Yeah. It will work out. Yeah, I think so. I think so. But I think part of the process really involves me letting go, because if I sit here and just ruminate on it, then I do believe that the manifestation process, you need to reach a point where you just say, look, I tried, it's just not working out. So it could listen, everything could change. Like I thought it had all changed on Friday because somebody offered to give me 30,000. I should have just said yes. But instead I was just like, well, I can't just take 30,000. I want to give you some of this back because I see this as a really rich opportunity. I see land. I see, there are wells. It's easy. It's cheap land. It's easy to dig wells here. And the gardening, the sunshine, it's a very beautiful sunshine, and the solar panels work well. Everything's worked out for us, but we just said, if it'll work out. I'm just moving forward. I haven't stopped building. We just finished our floor on the second floor this morning, at least most of it. So now the bathroom is actually covered from rain, pretty much. So, and we put in another window today. So we're moving ahead, and we'll see what happens. It's still 2 weeks. A lot could happen in 2 weeks. Thank you so much. How can they foreclose? Don't you own the land? I don't owe the land. I owe them really 27,000, but they charged me a lot of interest late. I just stopped paying my mortgage about 8 months ago. I really couldn't afford it. I ran out of silver and I couldn't afford it anymore. So I just stopped paying, and I figured Jassar and Nassar will happen any day now, or the dogs will go. But, I've been thinking that since I left New York, that I was going to win these lawsuits, and I just kept going. So maybe, I suspect that everything will just work out fine. That something will happen, something something good will come of it. And but if not, I'm fully, it's not the end of my life. It's just like, okay, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But now with all the interest they charging me, it's like up to 41,000. I can't. I mean, I would, I have 80 acres to sell. I could recoup that and put it down, and then, but in the real world that would happen. Unfortunately, rattlesnakes travel in pairs. Yeah. Okay. So I'll keep my eyes open. Made a lot of decisions I would have done otherwise. Monday night quarterbacking. Right. Well, thanks for your support, guys. And I really appreciate it. And I'm, the main thing is I have Daniela. We have a beautiful relationship, and we'll just, if we have to go, we have to go. If something changes, it'll change. It's just, it's a learning experience. I basically said, I believe in Jasara. I believe it's coming now. And Sandy Marecki says, no, we should not be, that we have to observe the illicit corporation until it's announced, until Jasara is officially announced. So, I was trying to do the right thing. I wasn't trying to do the right thing. I was trying to, and I still have a couple things I'm going to try. And somebody could say, I'm in it with you. I'll take the 40 acres. I'll leave it as an investment, and you can pay off the property. And then, I don't know. Anything could happen. And, but, I've exhausted I've made all my phone calls, and now it's in God's hands. And I have to be okay with that. Yeah, you say I'm amazing, but I mean, I'm really not amazing. I'm just like, I have to just keep on keeping on, man. I mean, I could be broken about this. I love this place. This is my dream life. But if I have to move on, I'll find a dream life somewhere else. They say that God tells us where to go, and we have to be grateful that we're healthy, and we're yeah. By the way, the patches, the sale, the buy two get one free is over for Dr. Stacy, but the water, you can order your water, the X2O machine, which infuses light and removes plastic particles from the water. It apparently, a cup of this water you feel it right away. You feel the infusion of light in the water. I mean, water, I'm learning now, they say water is different outside your body and inside your body. And the creepazoids use this to mislead us into thinking that if we took certain chemicals, that would be healing to us. Whereas what we really need is different frequencies. And there's all kinds of information coming in now. Danielle is researching uranium being good for you, and we wonder. Like I was when I lived in Crown Heights, I was looking at real estate. I really liked these older buildings. They all have fireplaces in them, but no flue, no smoke. So I have to believe what we're learning now is that they use uranium or some kind of radioactive material to heat their houses, and it was good for them. So we're living in the upside down, it's the upside down in Stranger Things. But we have to accept what we're given, and we have to be grateful for what we have. You're very interested. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to remember this email. Let's see. Can you write this down, baby?
Yeah.
If you're really interested. I mean, the possibilities here are tremendous. On the other hand, I'm just saying, we could make a community up here, 170 acres. It's infinite. We could have 100 houses here. We could have communities. We could have farms. We could have chickens. We could have goats. We could have Wagyu beef. I mean, we could have it all if we put ourselves together. That's 5D thinking. But if it's just me, it ain't going to happen. Then it shouldn't happen. Then I don't want it to happen. It's not the right time for it. But on the other hand, I have friends who Arcadian farms, which are just, 20 miles from here, really, back roads. And they started a bread and breakfast, and they had to fight the town. They had to go to, they had all kinds of legal actions against them. They were not allowed to have a bed and breakfast. They fought for themselves, and they won. And now they have a very, I would say very successful, but they have a successful bread and breakfast. People come there because they want to buy land. They want to be landowners. I mean, if I would like to make this place into a school, I could teach people how to garden, how to irrigate, how to live, how to build a house for cheap, how to build a house out of cedar posts and old lumber. I mean, and windows that cost $25. But if the world is not ready for that, then I have to move on. But did you get that address?
You never told me.
Here, give it to me. Give me my book. But yeah, if somebody is able to think in 5D and wants to really, I didn't feel comfortable just like taking money. It doesn't float my boat at all. Can you pass a pen? But so that's why I offered this person. I said, well, I can't just take this money. Can I give you 40 acres? And I think it just rattled her. It was too much. So let's see. I lost it already. Somebody was interested. I'm definitely going to. You know what? If you're interested, send me a Gmail to Kabbalah Guru, KABBALAHGURU @gmail.com, and just give me your email address. But we learn from mistakes. Yeah.
Pen.
Pen. Yeah. You have it.
What?
You see the address?
No.
Okay, so it's POTTSY. That's what I think. This is my mother's name is Patricia. She's called Patsy.
Well, what is it?
It's POTTSY Patsy at BB.
Hold on. What's BB? Spell it.
What?
Spell BB.
B, the letter B twice.
B.
P, I think it is. Is that a P? FAB.com. BB. I can't make out the letters. You'll have to send me I think it's Potsy at BB.
They just have to send you.
They'll have to send it. I can't make out that one letter. It may be BBA. I think it's BBAFAB.com. But yeah, so anyway, I do love learning. That is the whole point. Yes. So actually, yeah. So yeah, I would like to, I mean, ideally, if that were to happen, if there were other people interested, and again, I can't do this by myself, but if there were other people interested, I could teach you how to build a house. We could have people come. We could start a revolution. We could have people come from all over the world to learn how to live on the desert for cheap, how to grow great vegetables, how to have, how to take care of goats and Wagyu beef and all this stuff. But if it's just me, that dream is not, it's not meant to be. It's BBP FAB, BBP.
What on like this spelled again?
Potsy, POTTSY at BBP, B as in boy, B as in boy,
BBP
FAB. .com. Then there's really no mistake. Yeah, there is no mistake. I mean, if we were at that level, like in the 60s, they were at that level where the farm started. The farm just started. Now the farm broke off into pharmacans and pharmacrats, meaning that some people wanted to own their own house and some people wanted to just live in a commune. The farm was I visited the farm. They grew incredible vegetables and fruits, and it was just an amazing place. They had their issues, but and I've been to other communes. I also studied when I was younger, I was very interested in this Thomas Paine. Thomas Paine was a very big influence, and he tried to start ideal communities. I'm totally into it, but it wouldn't pay for me to do it by myself. I mean, we are an ideal community. Danielle and I have a beautiful thing going here. If other people wanted to build this into something more, it's not just financial investment, but right now I need 40,000. If I have $40,000, I can keep the land, and if somebody were to give me that 40,000, then they and I would sit down and figure out, like, do I want to keep my two properties, my 80 acres, and give you another 80 acres, or do we want to just have one big property and build houses for different people to come and visit, and have gardens and cooking, like I said, like a place for people to. We would have a full-time chef, and people could come and eat there. That could be like the social place where people could intermingle. I mean, like, we really enjoy being by ourselves. We don't like to have visitors stopping in and that's kind of the code in Arizona, that you don't just stop at your neighbors. So, in the old days, it would shoot at you, but I'm not going to shoot at somebody. People do on occasion come up to my land, but you may want to build there. There's 170 acres. You may want to build a place in the farthest part of the canyon where nobody could ever go, and have a garden there, or eat at the communal thing, or not. But it, like I said, if there are people who want to throw in their bucks and save the land with me, then we would decide, what do we want to do with this. And my friend Chase and Elijah are an excellent example. We could use them. They ended up, I mean, this is interesting. They ended up continuing their bed and breakfast. They have a communal place, and people come and they eat there and they sleep there. And they research the idea of buying land in this area because it's cheap. Somebody was dying. A man who owned a very big chicken farm was dying. I mean, it sounds like a joke, and he begged my friends to buy his chicken farm. So they just bought 500 chickens. I mean, if this place was kept alive for $40,000, and that could be split with 10 different people. I mean, I just don't have the money. I could put in some money, but if we could save the place, we could do whatever we want with it. Just saying. But if people aren't on that level, and people are too scared, and people, well, I don't know, or Jassar is going to come, and we don't need to worry about it now, we're all going to be rich anyway, then that's what's going to happen. So, I'm open to it. If somebody wants to come and, we could start a commune, or you could just buy 40 acres and live there, and I'll show you how to live. I'll show you how to build a home in the desert, a really nice house in the desert, with free energy, and a couple of with minimal investment, a couple of it would take some money, but you could pay it over time. You could you can dig a well anywhere on this property. So that's the good news. There's water all over under the ground, and if the farming is terrific, you have to, there's certain things you have to do it's not like growing a tomato plant in upstate New York, where you just stick it in the ground and put some wire around it and eat the tomatoes. I mean, but I will say this, from our experience, we planted some fruit trees last year. They love in the desert, the plants. If you have water to water your plants in the desert with the sunshine, man. I mean, we started watering the trees that we planted last year on the ridge, and we started giving them a heavy water twice a week. And they're like, wow, man, they're just taking off. So there's a lot of sunshine. I mean, I just throw seeds in the ground. I got all kinds of things sprouting all over the place. And there's plenty of there's plenty of land. There's good soil if you know how to find it. I mean, there is soil around. I use cactuses for mulch, but it's a great opportunity. But if it's not meant to be, that if it's not the time, then maybe we'll do it later, or I'll do it in my next lifetime or whatever. It doesn't matter. I've let it go. So if people are interested, let me know. If you're not interested, that's fine too. Saltpeter is a great deterrent. Saltpeter, salt. It causes enough pain to make fools have second thoughts that they will live through it. So salt. I'm not sure what you're saying. Saltpeter. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what with the snake. We had to do. I don't like shooting things, but it came to that. You'll come next winter and we can build some places, right? But it's going to be too late. I'm losing the place in a couple of weeks, so by winter, I have 2 weeks. I have till May 4th to come up with $40,000. If you want to come up in the winter, you can come up. I don't know what'll be here, but I mean, everything may be fine. I mean, somebody may come up with, say, look, I just want 40 acres, just leave me alone. And this is a great place to prospect. You could be looking for gold. There's endless land. There's no people up here in almost any direction. I mean, if you go 3 miles this way, 3 miles, you'll see other people. But right now there's no one else up here. And if you like solitude, if you like to think, if you like to meditate, if you like to just be left alone, this is an amazing place. So we'll see. I mean, maybe somebody will be inspired and say, look, man, I got 20 grand. If we can find one other person with 20 grand, the three of us could start a whole. You could take, I mean, if you think outside the matrix, all I need to do is satisfy the matrix so they leave me the fuck alone. If they're not going to leave me alone, if they want to, they have some fine print, I'm not going to fight them. I'm not going to go through a legal procedure to try. It's like it's either going to work out or it's not. It's a godly life. We want to live in the dimension of the republic. We're tired of this. So yeah, join the republic. Let me put that on. Republic for USA, join the republic. Make sure you do. We will eventually, in my opinion, get there. Whether I can get there in 2 weeks, I don't know. That's I didn't really want to talk like this about it, but words have power. If you say you're losing in 2 weeks, then guess what? You know what? That's very good. Yeah. If I say I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm losing it in 2 weeks. I'm saying that if I lose it in 2 weeks, I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm okay with keeping it too. But yes, I know words have power, but it's like, people are, it's easy to say, Ellie, just wait for Jassara Nassara. Well, what if Jassara comes in 3 weeks? We've been waiting for it, the shoe to fall for 5-10 years. So it's very easy for me to say, don't worry about it because Jassara's coming. Okay. So, but I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I know words have power, but I'm just open to whatever comes. That's what I'm saying. But I do feel that if there was a kind of a breakthrough into 5 dimension, like it's the 60s, man. If you were there, a lot of you were around. You remember when Jack Kerouac came out with On the Road? It was like revolutionary. Or the Magic School Bus. We could have those times again, but just with more education. We don't need all the free, the free sex. I mean, if you want to I think things are going to be families, but other than that, everything is we could do that again. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if people are really of that mindset anymore. And I'm certainly not going to force anyone to do something that doesn't feel comfortable to them. But am I, cursing myself by saying that I could lose land? No, I'm letting the divine know that if you got other plans for me, I'm okay. Do I know exactly what my life is about? I don't. I go with the flow. And if I'm supposed to go somewhere else, I'll go somewhere else. If I'm supposed to stay here, I'm supposed to stay here. If that is, words have power. I get that. But I would think even if it were to go to a sheriff's sale, it might take some time to get sold. Yeah, that could be, but they're going to sell it for peanuts. They could sell it for nothing, and they'll be happy to get it because they already got a lot of money from me. So, but listen. I'm not even going there. I'm surrendered. Let's do the thing. Let's do surrender. Let's do the surrender song. Let's see. Why isn't this playing? All right, stop sharing. All right. Yeah, I have to key this up apparently. Let's see. Okay. I surrender in the courtyard. I surrender on the street. I surrender my ambitions and the ways of deceit. Sweet surrender, language of the heart. Sweet, sweet surrender, language of the heart. I surrender to our new love on any path it takes. In the beauty of this moment, there are no mistakes. Sweet surrender, language of the heart. Sweet, sweet surrender, language of the heart. We all need to come together around the language of the heart. We all need to come together around the language of the heart. It's an easy decision, don't you know you're a musician? We all need to sing together around the language of the heart. Love is a river, fear is a stone that I skip across the water on my gentle journey home. Sweet journey home, sweet journey home. Sweet, sweet journey home. Sweet journey home. We all need to come together. We all need to come together. We all need to share together around the language of the heart. It's an easy decision, don't you know you're a musician? We all need to be together. We all need to sing together. We all need to dance together round the language of the heart. We all need to feel together. We all need to dream together. We all need to know together the language of the heart. Thanks, Starfire. I appreciate it. Yeah, listen, it ain't over yet till the fat lady sings, right? So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, whatever comes is okay. I just, I would prefer to stay up here, but it may not be that. Maybe the timing's off. Who knows? It's all good. But yeah, so let's yeah, God does have my back, and a lot of times I've been up against the ropes and things turn around. So yeah, anything. Listen, I'm open to all possibilities. I just have to let it go. I can't beat myself up anymore. If it works out, it works out. Anything could Anything could happen. The dinars could go up to $3, $3 a piece tomorrow or Tuesday, and then not all of this would just be like a bad joke. At any rate, whatever comes is good. The timing is something that we've not been able to predict because the white hats have it under control. Trump is saying we're ready. We're ready for the big reset. The banks have already made their case. We have to take the world back from the banksters, from the creeps, from the vampires. When it will happen, we'll find out. But in the meantime, I don't believe that God does things to hurt us. I believe that God introduces things to help us learn, to expand, to change, to grow. That's really why we're here. So it's all good. May the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. Just keep going forward. Your destiny, it's all good. I mean, we didn't even know about these creeps back in the day. We didn't know that the world is run by a bunch of vampires, but now we know, and we understand all these conflicts, all these wars, all these disasters were caused intentionally. The COVID thing, I mean, this was an intentional attack to depopulate humanity. However, the good news is we went through it. A lot of us survived, and we're ready for what's up ahead. And we realize what's important. The most important thing, in my opinion, is your health, and we're good with that. We have the life wave. Yeah. So again, if you're into it, you could order this new water thing. And the new water, like X2O, it actually puts light into. It's supposed to be amazing, but they ran out of supply. They sold like 2,000 in 2 hours. So you'd have to put in an order now, and you'll get one soon. Daniela did. She put apparently PayPal. You can order one of the X2O machines. She's very excited about it. At any rate, may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. We're going from good to great. From everything is getting better and better. And if there's a change in your environment, there's a change in your environment. But the basic you is still completely okay. Very happy to hear you, even for a minute. Oh, thank you, Grandma Linda. Yeah, I played your song, but all is good. So we'll be back, God willing, tomorrow. Yeah, at a reasonable hour, I hope. And yeah, may the force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. Okay, and may source be with you. May you not be afraid in these times of transformation. And let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock.